shooting for your head top, so watch how you speak on my name, you know?
Yes, yes. Watch how you speak on the Grandmaster Troll's name. Y'all know who it is. It is your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. Here to give you guys the best trolling content YouTube has to offer. In this stream, it's gonna hurt a little bit because I gotta go after a Negro I love. I gotta go after a Negro I love, man. So with that said, shout out to the Reject Army, Nifnons, dishwashers, bedwetters, the factors of the Black Order, the fallen soldiers of the masculine mercenaries, the gorilla pimps, the gorilla simps, the single women on Valentine's Day, and the single mothers on Mother's Day, and of course, rest in peace to the greatest soldier that ever graced the Black Manosphere and Kevin Samuels, and most importantly, witness the power and the might that is the most dangerous troll on YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of fake love being shown. They showing Kevin Samuels fake love, and I never thought I would see the day where a Negro would show the Grandmaster Troll fake love. I was so disappointed in these Negroes, but it only goes to confirm what I already knew. It goes to confirm what I already knew. So some of you are going to say, what are you talking about, GMT? Well, we know the whole Angryman situation. I dropped a pre-recorded video, you know. Just a couple of weeks ago, Kevin Samuels, no, he wasn't no godfather. No, he was somebody who was wearing pink panties and lace fronts and pink pom-poms, and he didn't create no content that was worth of noteworthy according to what came out of the mouth of the angry man. Then all of a sudden he passes it away. Now all of a sudden Kevin Samuels, according to the Angryman, has this great legacy that needs to be respected, but he didn't respect it when he was living. And just when I thought the buffoonery couldn't get even higher, I just happened to click on the subscriptions. I saw that somebody was live from the O'Shea Vlogcast channel with a title of a live stream, the first live stream that I could recall since the death of Kevin Samuels. It wasn't about giving tribute to Kevin Samuels. No, none of that. The title of the live stream was "Don't Email Me About a Kevin Samuels Movie." Yes, that was the title of the live stream. Now you guys know I've been, I gave my, my goals, my vision, my view for a movie I wanted to do. I reached out to a couple of what I thought was good Negroes in the space who could help out, maybe, or maybe if they don't, they would respectfully decline the invitation. And instead of doing that, this Negro does a live stream. Don't email me about no Kevin Samuels movie. I think it was like a 40-minute live stream. The Negro was in Africa at KFC. There we go again, We still eating fast food, but I won't judge. I won't judge. I'm going to let Negroes live their life. I mean, shit. I mean, I would be a hypocrite. I mean, I just came off work, and you can see right here, I'm at McDonald's. I'm drinking on soda right now. So I guess I would be a hypocrite. But at least I have the audacity to come on live streams and keep it 100 with the people. But these other Negroes, oh no. Oh no. They cannot keep it 100. You know how these Negroes do. Because I wasn't able to catch the whole live stream because you know what these Negroes do. They go live, they say a whole bunch of disrespectful stuff, and then they take it down so you won't see it. But on this day, oh Shay, if you would have kept that live stream longer, maybe 5 or 10 more minutes, because I was actually getting ready to go to work. If you would have kept it the live stream longer than 5-10 more minutes, I would have been able to download it because you didn't immediately put it on private. You left it up there for a good 10-20 minutes, and that's all the Grandmaster Troll needed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I could pull up said video so we could view said video. Let's see, will the video even play? Because, okay, it looks like the video won't play for some reason. Hold on, let's see if we could work around this nonsense right here. Let's see if we could open with the media player. Will it play through the media player? Okay, looks like it won't be able to play. Okay, so it looks like I don't have the footage to play, so I actually can't break down what the video had said because for some reason it's not letting me play it. But it let me at least open it before I left. Let's try the VLC player real quick. If not, we got other stuff to talk about. But these Negroes, can you believe it? Queen of the South, you reach out to a brother for help. He claims that there's all these Negroes emailing him to do a Kevin Samuels movie. So if he has 10 Negroes emailing him to do a Kevin Samuels video, and let's say he didn't want to take part because he said one of the reasons he gave was, I think it's in bad taste to, do a movie of somebody's dead son, And I said, okay, you do have a point. He said something about getting permission from the Kevin Samuels family. That's all fine and dandy, but O'Shea, I just gotta ask you, when Kevin Samuels passed and it was time to, cash in on that Kevin Samuels name for the last time, did you ask the Samuels family if you could do Kevin Samuels videos on your YouTube channel, or is it what's good for thee is not good for me? Because I know how you Negroes get down. But O'Shea, if there were 10 Negroes who emailed you about a Kevin Samuels video, what I think the right thing to do, what I think a leader would have done, what I thought was the right thing for a man to do, instead of going live and talking shit about how people was clout chasing and you not gonna help this, that, and the third, and making all the jokes you was making, trying to run up a bag, I think the right thing would have been said, you know what? I don't want to do a Kevin Samuels video, but I see all these people want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these people in the email thread and explain to them, I appreciate the condolences, the kind words, and everything. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time and the energy, and I think it'll be in bad taste because I don't have permission from the Samuels family to do it. However, you guys have all contacted me, so I'm going to put y'all in the email thread, and maybe y'all brothers could work together to try and get something done. But this is the problem with Negroes in this space, and we've seen it over and over and over again. Brother would have a good idea, He reaches out to people. He reaches out to the brothers who claim to be about black male media, who claim to be about building, who claim to be B1, doing something for the community. Offers are made, ideas are brought to the table. What do these Negroes do? They don't respond. They trash on the idea. They go live. I'm not helping you Muppet head Negroes out. Stop asking me to do you guys favors. Instead of keeping it respectful. But I see why dudes like Joe Budden brings on women onto his podcast. I see why Taz exclusives have to lead the Black Women's Empowerment Program. I see why dudes gotta run behind females to get their businesses and their projects up off the ground, because when they reach out to the brothers, y'all shit on the brothers' idea. Y'all do everything in y'all power to make sure whatever project ideas they got, they want to do, you do everything not to help. But then you get on YouTube, you drop your little celebrity junk videos talking about how you here for the brothers, how you want to help the brothers, how you want to see the brothers succeed. But behind the scenes, when dudes is reaching out to you, why you got trolls on your ass. But I see, O'Shea, you didn't learn from the Angry Man. So let me show y'all Negroes how the Angry Man did the Grandmaster Troll, and how the Angry Man, due to his bitch assness, affected his reputation in this space. Let's go. Let me see if I could pull up some receipts for the people real quick. Give me 1 second. See if I could dig back in the archives, all the way back in the archives, because we got to show some receipts real quick. Let's see if we can find them real quick. I know I got the receipts somewhere. Here we go. There goes one receipt. Let me see if I could dig back. And let's see if we can find another receipt to show. Here's the other receipt right here. Let's go ahead and stop that video right here, because the people need to see the truth. The people needs to know why the space isn't growing. And I gotta show you Negroes why the space is lacking in development. Why you really don't have any movies, any TV shows coming out, because there's a lot of brothers in this space who reach out to the so-called leaders. Now, I understand that the so-called leaders, they can't do everything. But if somebody reaching out, the very least you could do is pay that brother some respect. But let's see if I could pull up said video. Okay, screen is black. We don't want the screen to be black. Let's go right here. Let's click on this one too. Well, we got 73 people watching me close to midnight. I need 73 people to hit the like button, hit the Cash App, $, the Grandmaster Troll, because the Grandmaster Troll is going to get to some exposing. We had Ruben Aguilar coming in 99 on the super chat. There goes your wrench. You are officially a moderator because you supported the show. Everybody who donates, you get a wrench, and you become a moderator to the channel. But this is your boy Angryman. This is what your boy Angryman. Oh. camera done fell over. Hold on. Let's pick up the camera real quick. Microphone fell over too. Let's pick up the microphone and set up the microphone real quick. Let's set up this microphone real quick. Can the people still hear me? They should be able to hear me. See, okay, my sound is good. Okay. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Okay. Somebody said, niggas dropping his struggle cereal. I'm gonna go ahead and give that comment a wrench. Okay, that person, hold on. That person already has a mind, so people over there cracking jokes over there in the chat. I see, okay. Then somebody said that sounded like a disaster. Yeah, I got my camera on an empty cereal box and the charger to all my stuff fell over and that pulled the camera off the empty cereal box. But everything's good right now. So what you're going to see is a clip. Clip is going to be self-explanatory. It's Angry Man lies. And we're going to break down some of the lies that these Negroes tell. That some of y'all Negroes be believing because you too stupid to see through these niggas bullshit. But let's go ahead and play the video.
Speaking for black men, the dude that doxed me and still to this day stalks me. You want to know the first time I met that dude? It's back in 2017 when I was doing counseling and consultations, giving men advice. He sent me an email. Hey, Angry Man, how can I be a man? That's what he asked me. I sat there and wrote a damn book giving this brother every little bit of advice that I had to help him to be a grown man. That's the nigga who doxed me. Just think about that for a second. Just let that sink in your mind for a second. Just let that sizzle in your spirit.
Oh, I'm letting it sizzle, Angry Man.
Just let that sizzle in your spirit.
So this Negro said the Negro that doxed him when he was doing consultations sought advice on how to be a man, and he asked it through an email back in 2017. If you believe that lie, hit 1. If you know the Angry Man is lying, hit 2. I'm going to see what people think was really going on in the chat. I really want people to think. If you think Angry Man is telling the truth, hit 1. Or if you know Angry Man is lying, hit 2. Let's see, we got somebody hit a 3. We got 2. So everybody know this Negro is lying. Well, let me go ahead and prove that this Negro is lying. Let's go ahead and pull up some receipts back in 2017. That's right. We telling lies. We've been telling the same lie, Angry Man, for the last 5 years. And today, you are going to stop telling this lie. Because it's not fair to the viewers. It's not fair to me. And more importantly, Angry Man, it's not fair to yourself for you to get up here and put your integrity on the line in front of your audience. It's not masculine, Angry Man, and it's not what men do, Angry Man. But let's go ahead and pull up said receipts. You see it right there, the email right there. You see that right there? What's that? 7/24/2017. It says video help with OBS and graphics. Email says, "Hi, Juan Valdez. My name is Kenneth Thomas. I've been watching your YouTube channel for the past 4 to 6 months. I really appreciate the work that O'Shea, Minister Jap, and yourself have done for the Manosphere. You guys have been a positive influence in my life with the content that y'all deliver. I'm a young black man, 28 years old to be exact. I currently officiate basketball and football, and that's something that's going to be a part of my life until I die. I was fortunate enough to be hired into the collegiate level of both sports. At the collegiate level, I aspire to reach the Division I level and professional level. I am currently building a YouTube channel with some people in my association. Our association is called Tailor Made Officials Basketball Association. The purpose of the page is to teach, recruit, monetize, and build a functioning referee community. I wanted to know if you can help me with on how you use OBS to do the graphics on your live streams. I understand the basics of OBS, but it doesn't have that look that I want it to have. Your live streams are the best I've seen on YouTube, and I don't want to put out a less than elite presentation. What can I do to get your help and advice?" Where on that email, Angry Man, does it say I sought your advice on how to be a man? How to be more masculine? In fact, let's go back to the video that the Angry Man dropped so we could be crystal clear on what your boy said. Let's go back to this video real quick.
Dude that doxed me and still to this day stalks me. You want to know the first time I met that dude? It's back in 2017 when I was doing counseling and consultations, giving men advice. He sent me an email. "Hey, Angry Man, how can I be a man?" That's what he asked me. I sat there and wrote a damn book, giving this brother every little bit of advice that I had to help him to be a grown man. That's the nigga who doxed me. Just think about that.
He wrote a whole book. This Negro said he wrote a whole book teaching me how to be a man.
Feel the difference.
He wrote a whole book teaching me how to be a man. What do I have to say about that? Are Negroes always lying? Why do they just get on YouTube in lie. I asked them in the email how to be a man. I read the email. I asked him about OBS and graphics. Somehow OBS and graphics turned into how to be a man. And he's been running around with this live for the last 5 years. I didn't say nothing about it. I know if he needs that for his ego, if he needs that to feel better about himself, I'll let him live with that lie. Then one day I got a message. Angryman was talking about me. They gave me the timestamp to the clip. I clicked on I went to the timestamp, the proper time, and I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. So I went and recorded it. I had that on my computer for almost a couple of months right now. Didn't really plan to use it because it just really wasn't that important to me, because we all know Negroes love to lie. They be on here lying. Black Rampage 2 says, is there a collage of AM dissing Kevin Samuels? Well, I guess if you just type in, go to the YouTube search, and you just type in Angryman Kevin Samuels, more than likely you will see videos of Angryman talking trash about Kevin Samuels. I mean, I just dropped a pre-recorded video. Your boy Angryman, he got up there. He had his hands folded. Eyes was red. Tears running down his face. And he talking about Kevin Samuels. He's one of the greatest black men to ever live. I'm gonna miss Kevin Samuels. He was my best friend. I'm not gonna let them BWs drag his name. Even though I critiqued them, I was his best friend, so I had the right to critique him. But I'm not gonna let no strags drag his name. And I just miss Kevin Samuels, even though I haven't picked up the phone and called him the last 3 or 4 years. I just love Kevin Samuels, and I want to do a tribute to Kevin Samuels because I love Kevin Samuels. He inspired me, man. He was the godfather, man. He was a pioneer, man. Kevin Samuels was a real one, but just a couple of weeks ago, you was dragging that name. You was talking trash about Kevin Samuels. In fact, it got so bad. There were some videos in which he flat out dissed Kevin Samuels. He had to put those videos on private. But due to channels like, Tracking the Manosphere and other YouTube channels who record, the beef content, the bickering between content creators back and forth. If it wasn't for those channels, dudes like the Angryman, they would be able to get away with this. They would be able to talk trash about somebody, and since you couldn't pull up the video, when you go confront them on panels, the first thing they're going to ask you is pull up the video. And since they put the videos on private, guess what? It's like they ain't never said it. But due to Tracking the Manosphere, we could pull up the videos and you could hear exactly what they said. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and play some of these videos. I'm gonna play the video I uploaded real quick. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. They'll pull said video up. Because we got to break it down. We got to break it down to the molecule with these Negroes. Because what these Negroes are allowed to do is criminal. It is criminal what these Negroes are allowed to get away with and still be regarded in high esteem. And I know why Negroes hold this ain't shit Negro in high esteem is because they scared of the angry man. See, the Grandmaster Troll, I ain't scared of the angry man. I let that be known from day one. But all these Negroes, they be tiptoeing. They don't want to call out the angry man because they scared that they might get yelled at and get threatened to a fight and have to go to Angry Man Airlines and catch that fade. The Grandmaster Troll, I don't care about catching the fade. We gotta catch a fade, we catch the fade. If somebody gotta lose their life, then somebody gotta lose their life. The Grandmaster Troll don't care. But this was your boy. Your boy up there crying. Look at your boy right now. Look at your boy right now. He got his head down. He hurt. He in pain. Look at your boy right now.
I don't really have too much else to say. Except that his passing hurts. The way he's being talked about hurts. LG said, Ari Nicole, what I'm saying is KS needs to give men credit they deserve if he's the godfather. He ain't no goddamn godfather.
So we had somebody come into the Angry Man's chat room so Kevin Samuels could get some credit for being the godfather of the Black Manosphere. So we got Hole Stay Winning. He says Gino cooked AM in the super chats about the KS fakery on the Logic Sphere stream. The other night, AM threatened to put him in jail, LOL. Oh, I definitely have those super chats. I definitely have those super chats on that stream saved. Maybe I'll pull them up, but he was all hurt, head down, in pain. But now Kevin Samuels ain't the godfather.
Shut your motherfucking ass up, LG. Don't come in here repeating that stupid ass shit. BGS gave him that dumb ass fucking title. He ain't the godfather of nothing in this goddamn space. For my detractors, you don't gotta believe me. I don't give a fuck. I'm not saying this for you to believe me. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm saying this because it needs to be said. Kevin fought to be successful. Kevin grinded his ass off to be successful. Despite the fact that he lost his life too soon, he accomplished his goal. He is now immortalized in the history of the world, which is one of the greatest honors any man can have. Is to be remembered. Fuck is the matter with you? Fuck is you smoking over there? How the fuck he the goddamn godfather and a nigga ain't even fucking came up with no content in this fucking space?
That's a great question, Angry Man. How can Kevin Samuels be the godfather if he ain't created no content? In fact, Angry Man, how can he be immortalized in the world if he didn't create no content? Angry Man, you see how you contradicted yourself, Angry Man? See, this video, it did not age very well for you, Angry Man.
That nigga's the godfather of Chelsea boots, purses, and lace panties, nigga. Don't come in this motherfucker talking that stupid ass shit to me.
He said, what did this Negro just say?
Chelsea boots, purses, and lace panties, nigga. That nigga's the godfather of Chelsea boots, purses, and lace panties, nigga. Don't come in this motherfucker talking that stupid ass shit to me.
So he's the godfather of Chelsea boots, purses, and lace panties. But you on live streams getting this damn near close to bawling your eyes out.
We men in this motherfucker. We grown masculine men in this motherfucker. You wanna follow a nigga that was part of the pep squad? You go follow that nigga. Send me your P.O. box. I'll send you some pretty pink pom-poms, nigga.
Wait, hold on.
Fuck that.
So all the people celebrating how great Kevin Samuels was, you want their P.O. box number so you can send them pretty pink pom-poms. Ain't that something? Now all these people is mourning and grieving his death, and now Angry Man, he gotta send all these people pink pom-poms. I know Angry Man, because all the pink pom-poms you gotta buy, you gotta send them out first class mail. It's gonna cost a lot of money to send all these people who are mourning the loss and saying how great Kevin Samuel was. It's gonna cost a lot of money. It's gonna take a lot of time and effort to make sure everybody gets those pretty pink pom-poms. Ain't that right, Angry Man?
That shit. Fuck that if shit, my nigga. Ain't no if. This is red pill content. We don't deal with the if. We deal with the is. What I'm going to do.
What you gonna do, nigga?
Is I'm going to remember him by playing a video. You guys can watch the video, not watch the video. It's up to you. I'm gonna play this joint for Kevin. It's just like me, he tried to school you niggas on how to be successful in this day and time, and you didn't listen.
He tried to school just like you. He tried to school niggas. Just like when I asked you how does OBS and the graphics works, and you didn't school me. You went live like O'Shea did and talked down to all the people who asked you if there's anything I can do, if I could pay you, whatever it is I can do to get your help and advice on how to use OBS. But you was really trying to school Negroes. We have Black Rampage 2. Let's see if you're a moderator. Yep, you're modded up. He says, the duplicity and jealousy is disgusting. Went from pink panties to YouTube tears. We also had T. Davis come through, $2 on the Cash App. Salute to all the donations. But this is what we doing as grown men in the space. We could cuss a nigger out one day, say he ain't the godfather, downplay his importance to this space, downplay everybody else who's bigging him up. And then when that man died, we could then come on live stream, face red, tears coming down your eye, head down, talking a soft voice, and give somebody they flowers when they dead. This is what we could do in this space, huh, Angry Man?
I'm over here with the Angry Man channel trying to do some new stuff for you guys.
We could go reminisce in the past. We could go look at the good old days. Oh, let me tell you about Angry Man's best friend.
Trying to get it popping, trying to get it cracking. So guys, today we wanted to talk about a topic that is near and dear to both are black men afraid of the internet? Are black men afraid of technology? And really wanted to kind of dig into this one because
let me tell you about my best friend.
You hear this often.
La 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 la.
You start talking about the kind of work you put in.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
Folks are quick to tell you YouTube ain't a job. YouTube ain't a job. Nobody made you get on the internet. Nobody made you do any of this shit. Yeah, you're lagging, so they may have to come on your side.
Let me tell you about Angry Man's best friend. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? We had Homestay Witnesses. Yo, search Gino Richardson on YouTube and check his scheduled live streams. Why you draw Angry Man like that? Okay. Big J Triple X says the is of Oz having naked, but this is what Negroes is doing. This is what Negroes are trying to get away with, but unfortunately, it didn't work. It didn't work. It did not work at all because the Logic Sphere went live last night and people were getting exposed for showing fake love. You got people crying crocodile tears, saying how they were down with Kevin even though some never met him. Let's see if we can pull these up real quick. Oh yeah, let's see if we can pull these up real quick. Cause it was getting real for somebody over in the Logic Sphere. They was getting called to the carpet. And y'all see the title of this one. The Black Manosphere should be holding accountable for clout chasing Kevin Samuels' death. They should be holding him accountable. They should be calling him to the carpet. They should be demanding that he apologize for disrespecting Kevin Samuels and not handling that disagreement like a man. Because what he should have did, instead of, because he did a live stream today. We're going to play some of this live stream today, where he had to go get his girlfriend. That's right. These dudes always gotta hide. Whenever the heat get on them, they always gotta hide behind the female. Always gotta hide behind the female. They need the female to stand in front to take the shrapnel of criticism that's coming after him. He gonna bring his girl. You remember when Kevin Samuels back in 2018, he used to call me every day. We were best friends. We used to chop it up and talk business strategies, this, that, and the third. But when Kevin Samuels blew up, and you saw that from his success, you weren't going to benefit from, instead of being a cheerleader and cheering that man on, even though you didn't speak out against them, you felt a certain way because somebody who you used to talk to every day, that's what your girl verified. Ain't that right, Angry Man? Your girl verified that you used to call him every day, but at the height of Kevin Samuels' success, those communications stopped. And when you felt that Kevin Samuels was stealing your talking points, using your talking points and not giving you credit, instead of doing the right thing, which was picking up your phone, because his number was right there, instead of you picking up your phone, calling that man, and whatever differences you had with that man, you could have settled it like grown men over the phone and came to a conclusion, either good, bad, or indifferent. But what you decided to do, you decided to bring your Muppet ass on YouTube and downplay the success that man was having. Quiet Storm Curtis says, good job, GNT. Angry bipolar panties in a bunch. Let's see if he has a mod. Yep, he is modded up. And then to make things worse, Angryman, when news began to circulate that Kevin Samuels was dead, that same phone with that same number of Kevin Samuels, it wasn't until there was a possibility he was dead and you needed to confirm whether if he was dead or alive, that's when you decided to pick up the phone and call Kevin Samuels. And it was in that moment when he didn't pick up the phone, you realize how terrible of a friend you were to Kevin Samuels. But it gets worse because Negroes double down on their ignorance. They double down on their stupidity. They double down on their arrogance. When you saw you had missed an opportunity to make that wrong a right, instead of coming on the very platforms in which you trash that man's name, till this day you still haven't apologized to that man by not giving that man the audacity and the respect to pick up that phone and call him to hash it out. And that's the most flagrant thing I've ever seen in the manosphere, because it goes against every talking point that the manosphere stands for. It goes against brotherhood, Angry Man. And now, since dudes see it for what it is, instead of you just saying, I messed up, I was immature, I chose not to call to straighten that out with a brother, and I gotta deal with the pain of making that mistake, making that choice for the rest of my life. And I wish I would have just picked up the phone just one time over the last 2 years. I thought about picking up the phone, calling to Kevin Samuels so many times, and my ego wouldn't allow me to do it. Because like Drake said, you wanted to take his place. You wanted to be where Kevin Samuels is at. Now that they're building statues of Kevin Samuels all across the manosphere, they're celebrating his life. They're talking about making movies after him. Even though the gynocracy may be dancing on his grave, we watched the whole community of people from across all different races and genders. Give this man respect. Something that every man wants. And since you can't have it for now, even though you could still work towards it, all you would have to do was apologize, and the brothers would accept your apology. They will pick you up. They will dust you off. And they would accept you wholeheartedly back in the fold. But your ego won't even allow you to apologize for what you did. I understand Kevin Samuels may have wronged you by stealing talking points and not giving you credit. But even if somebody else does you wrong, if you do somebody wrong, you gotta apologize and take responsibility and accountability and culpability for what you did. And for you not to lead that example as the so-called big three in this space. This is why black men, not only in this space but across the world, have this problem. Because they can't put their ego aside to settle petty differences that don't mean nothing. And when it gets too late and people start growing, they grow old and they eventually pass by, they lose their life, they die. We gotta look back at all the opportunities that was missed because brothers couldn't put aside petty differences. Just think about Angryman. If you would have called that man in 2020 when he was blowing up and you congratulate him on his success, maybe he would have opened the door for you. Maybe he would have did something that would have affected your brand and platform in a positive way. But you chose the hate and silence. And when the numbers got too big and the defense force came and propped that man up, then you told that man how you really felt about it. And now here we are today. You doing a live stream. You doing a live stream because you don't want to answer to this right here. Let's see if I can pull this up. Because you don't want to answer to this right here. Oh, these are the super chats. This is Gino. He said, "What's up with angry evictions calling KS all sorts of rainbows and purse wearers in the near past, but now crying crocodile tears and claiming he lost his friend playing old collabs with KS. Fake angry ape, we see you." Then the angry man responded, "You worry about going to prison for that fake LLC and stop worrying about me, Pino, them people coming for you." Then he responds, "Angry boy, I ain't behind no fake LLCs. Prove it, you overweight loser. You've been threatening to put GMT in jail for 4 years and he's still trolling you. Quit being terrified and go after him." Angry Man responds, "I had a whole conversation with the guy whose identity you stole to file that fake LLC. Identity theft is a crime, boy. Hashtag when they pull up." Then we got more comments. The Angry Man, "You did a whole unprovoked stream last year on me saying you kicked my ass and you mocked my cousins and godchildren for drinking Flint water. Now you're calling the cops on me. That ain't gangsta. Part 8. I take Dennis' threats of suing folks as seriously as the Angry Man threatening to put people in prison." I mean, these super chats right here Boy, what's worth monetizing the death of your friend or monetizing the death of an enemy that you flip-flopped into a friend? AM, that's a shot to you. So they was on the Angry Man on the Logic Sphere streaming the super chats. That's mine. Leave the stream up feed. Don't let Officer Angry Man get away. Reminder, Officer Angryman was begging fresh and fit to get interviewed on their show. Educated Lames 1, Stepdaddy YouTube Pookie 0. You see, Angry Man? You even wanted to be on the Fresh and Fit show. You was talking about how you was going to Miami. And the minute you saw you wasn't going on the Fresh and Fit show, what did you do, Angry Man? You start talking trash about Fresh and Fit because you didn't get what you want. If you can't benefit off another YouTuber's success, that's when you start hating, Angry Man. That's when you start hating. The minute you can't benefit off somebody, that's when you start hating. You even did that for Kendra D when she had moved on to the A Game family. Y'all, you start hating on it. You had you and the Masculine Mercenaries talking trash about the Bishop, talking trash about Sheep Stay Sleep, all because you couldn't benefit off the A Game family. Okay, that's pretty much the end of the super chats right there that I got saved. But these Negroes is funny. These Negroes right here. These Negroes right here. But we gotta play a little bit of Angry Man's live stream there. I hope he didn't take it down. I hope he didn't take it down. Okay, he didn't take it down. He didn't take it down. We gotta play a little bit of this Angry Man live stream. What Kevin Samuels passing and Roe v. Wade exposed? Well, I believe Kevin Samuels passing exposed how a lot of Negroes like the Angry Man, they were hate watching Kevin Samuels. And then when he died and he saw it would be convenient, because we gotta be real. When Kevin Samuels died, there's a potential of 100,000 live viewers that need something to watch. 100,000 live viewers who could possibly donate cash apps, who could possibly donate super chats. There's 100,000 live viewers that can possibly sign up to be memberships. So what became the content strategy? Because the Kevin Samuels audience can no longer watch new Kevin Samuels material. So you have all these content creators competing to get a small fraction of the pie of that 100,000. Homestay Winner says Gino drew up Angry Man as a cop. You gotta search his name in YouTube to see Gino's scheduled stream, because art he drew will show. I will show that after I make this point. You got all these, everybody scrambling for viewers, everybody scrambling for a bag. You got people doing all these tribute videos. I saw one video, the title was Giving Kevin Samuels His Flowers When He Was Alive. I believe it was his birthday. And this particular YouTuber with their fiance had gifted Kevin Samuels a nice cologne set, which was nice. But you got all these people making money. They making big money talking about Kevin Samuels, collecting donations off the death of Kevin Samuels. Now, I always thought it was distasteful to profit off dead people. You even had somebody making and selling Kevin Samuels shirts. Oh, the game is dirty in Black YouTube. The game is dirty. And it's hard to, it's hard to call out said people while they're mourning, while they're grieving, while they got tears falling down their face. So most people just fell back, let y'all grieve the way that y'all wanted to grieve. But we are keeping note of you Negroes. Some of y'all only met this man 1, 2, or 3 times, and all of a sudden, y'all best friends. Y'all somehow Kevin Samuels day ones, and you just got into space 6 months ago. I mean, the Angryman has more of a claim to be a day one than some of these new Negroes. But I don't want to get into that. I just see a lot of people out there. I see what you're doing. You're doing a great job getting those views. There's one particular YouTuber, his show hit from anywhere from 800 views to 4,000 views. The minute Kevin Samuels passed away, he got videos 100K plus views. He got people in the chat dropping $100. People sitting back and they raking in off Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels, to his credit, somehow he became his own economy. He has launched so many YouTube careers. People doing reaction videos, people doing critique videos, people doing support videos. And now, unfortunately, due to Kevin Samuels passing, this is going to be the last chance to strike on that Kevin Samuels back, because in about 20 to 30 days, there's going to be another big story, and that all this love for Kevin Samuels and how much Kevin Samuels meant so much and how Kevin Samuels was the world to these Negroes. Oh, you best believe you're going to start seeing less and less Kevin Samuels videos. Then pretty soon it's going to be like people forgot who Kevin Samuels was, and the next time they talk about Kevin Samuels, it's going to be on the anniversary of his passing, or his next, which would have been his 58th or 59th or whatever, how old Kevin Samuels was, birthday. But I see y'all Negroes out there supposed to be his best friend, raking in on Kevin Samuels, but you still won't make a Kevin Samuels Foundation. You won't do a Kevin Samuels scholarship program. You won't do nothing tangible to honor Kevin Samuels' death. You won't do a Kevin Samuels Lifetime Achievement Award where you give that to somebody. You won't do none of that, but you will go live and talk how much Kevin Samuels meant to you, and collect them super chats and cash apps. Get the AdSense money. but you won't do nothing tangible to honor that man's death. And that's another big crime in all of this. And that's why I'm so disappointed in these Negroes, because I already knew it was going to happen. I already knew Negroes was going to show their ass. And the reason I already knew it, because just like when I asked Angryman to whatever I can do to help you, whatever I can do to get your help for OBS. Went live, talked trash about me. And then is now running with a lie that I asked him about manhood. I was seeking advice on how to be a man. Well, let's get to this Gino thumbnail real quick. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. I've seen it before. Here we go, right here. So, they got your boy. Oh, they got your boy right here. They got your boy, the Angryman, the Park 8, the YouTube PD in full effect. For you guys that don't know, you may want to go subscribe to the Gino Chaos Hedgie Richardson channel right there. You done got the Angryman. He even got the Angryman as a Park 8 cartoon. Smoking the cigar. Got the beard, the sunglasses. That's pretty clever right there. That's pretty clever right there. But let's get to this. What the death of Kevin Samuels meant. Cause somebody had to do some damage control today. Somebody had to do damage control today because they're getting called out. There's no places to hide, and somebody getting called out. Whenever a Negro get called out, one or two things happen. Well, really one thing's happened. They could either take accountability for it, or they could deflect, gaslight, and lie. So with that said, let's take a gander.
Say, what album you think better rate? Said this. Angryman believed this. An Angryman did this. An Angryman did that. An Angryman, an Angryman, an Angryman. An Angryman, an Angryman, an Angryman. That's what y'all sound like. That's what y'all sound like. And my thing is, I wouldn't even be upset about it if you came up with some new material. Like, you Negroes be stealing each other's material. I mean, come up with something.
Well, listen, we gotta stop the show, Eggman. We gotta stop the show. The reason why. See if I can get this to work. The reason why we ain't gotta come up with new material is because the Angrymans come from the same playbook. He gets into a conflict. He starts beefing with somebody. We all know Kevin Samuels. He don't beef. That's the coldest thing about it. You could pull up all these videos of the Angryman bashing his best friend Kevin Samuels, but you can't find not one video of Kevin Samuels bashing the Angryman. How does that work? How does that work? You got all these videos of you bashing your good old friend, but there's no videos of your good old friend saying anything negative about you. That's how professional your boy capped it with you, Angryman. In fact, he even suggested to you, it's the best thing for your YouTube channel, Angryman, is to stay out of beef. And the most important thing about it, Angryman, not only did he tell you the best thing was to stay out of beef, he showed you by staying out of beef. He wasn't one of these Negroes who say you should stay out of beef and then he was constantly beefing with somebody. No, he followed the advice that he gave you. And now you on YouTube talking about how we need to come up with new content.
Unique. Jesus Christ. What's the list? Let's run down the list. Angryman fat. That's one of them. Look at the way Angryman dress. He think he younger than what he is. That's another one. Angryman ain't really got it like that. He broke. That's another one. Right?
we gotta stop the show, Angryman. See, there you go deflecting. Because I've been live for over an hour giving you this work, Angryman. I didn't call you fat. I didn't say you were broke. I didn't say you ain't got it like that. I came on here, I played your words, man to man. I played what you said. And then broke down how you lied, how you were dishonest, how you have no honor. I don't have to talk about your looks. I ain't gotta call you ugly. I ain't gotta call you fat. I ain't gotta call you broke. I ain't gotta talk about your girl. I'm simply on YouTube just breaking down what you said, what you did, how you was moving, but yet you want to deflect to this old shit right here. But let's go back to this nonsense right here. This gaslight nonsense.
Y'all gonna get some new material. Like when? Oh yeah, he a stepdaddy. He a simp. When y'all gonna get some new material?
I ain't calling him a stepdad. I mean, the last time I called him stepdad is when we saw your stepdaughter busting open on Instagram. We was trying to figure out how a masculine man, now somebody's supposed to be leading his family, why is his stepdaughter on Instagram dressed in a provocative way with her butt cheeks across the whole internet for the whole world to see, knowing that the Angryman has criticized and critiqued BWs for busting it wide open? Why don't those criticisms apply to your stepdaughter, Angryman? But you know what? I don't want to talk about your stepdaughter. I want to keep it on you, because your stepdaughter, she has nothing to do with you and Kevin Samuels. Your stepdaughter has nothing to do with you lying on GMT's good name. So I'm going to keep it on you. I'm not going to talk about your stepdaughter. I'm not going to talk about your girl. I'm not going to talk about your family. I'm not going to talk about your evictions. I'm not going to talk about your arrest record. I'm not going to talk about the assault on a female charge. I'm not going to talk about your court judgments. I'm not going to talk about none of that. I'm strictly talking about why you lying on GMT and why you do your boy Kevin Samuels dirty like that. This is what we gonna talk about, Angryman. We are not gonna let you run. We are not gonna let you deflect. We are not gonna let you control the narrative. You're gonna have to answer those difficult questions that have been laid out in this video, Angryman. Let's get right to it.
Yeah, he a Mexican. He's scamming.
You see, Angryman, I ain't even talked about your race. I ain't called you a Mexican. I didn't call you a scammer. You see how you deflected? You know why you being called to the carpet in the manosphere on this day. You was showing Kevin Samuels fake love. What you got to say about that?
He's scamming. That's a new one. I hadn't heard that one. Young did some new material. Shout out to Von D Game, and he said support the fire.
Let's see if we can fast forward, because your boy over here stalling.
Those men realized that they could make money here. Shout out to Young Manhood. A lot of those guys realized they could make money here, but their primary goal, right? Their primary goal was to help brothers. Okay? That was their primary goal. Now, along the way, there have been a handful, probably you could count them on one hand, of female content creators that I think genuinely don't like what these strags do. And they want to speak out about it, right? But outside of that, outside of those two categories, outside of the guys that came here when there was no money here to help men, and the women who were here when there was no money here and spoke out against what other women were doing, outside of that, the rest of you are a bunch of clout chasers. The rest of you are a bunch of vultures that's just here because the shit is popping. Make no mistake about it, we know that. We know that.
So now, dudes like O'Shea, dudes like Angryman, they're here for the help the brothers. They're here to help black men. They're about black male empowerment. And of course, they're about making some money. And there's a handful of female content creators who are about going after, the gynocracy and talking down on BWs who are supposed to be strags, but everybody else, Larry, Miss J, Candy, RBR Network, who else we got in the chat? JR, Will Clinton, NYC Songman, Queen of the South. We are all clout chasers. We are just here because the space is popping, even though before the space got popping, a lot of us were already here when these dudes was trying to build something up. We done put money in their pocket. We hope these dudes pay their rent. We changed the trajectory of their lives so they could be in a better position to help out brothers. But when brothers ask them, how to work OBS, or if they're interested in a Kevin Samuels film, or can you help with this, can you help with that, they will go live, talk down on you, and then lie about what you asked them for help with. This is what Negroes is doing, and then they call people like me clout chasers, and all I do is expose and bring to the light what these Negroes are doing. And instead of them changing their actions and acting in a more dignified and honorable way, they get on these live streams day in and day out, and they deflect, they lie, they gaslight. They use all these tricks to dodge accountability. Let's get it.
We know that. Not to mention the fact that some of you, okay, some of you gynocrats that find yourself in this space, you're in this space because you can't cut it in the actual gynocrat space. You can't cut it in Red Lipstick Alley. Or Lipstick Alley, or whatever you call that shit. You can't cut it over there. You can't cut it on Madame Noir. See, you would rather come over here and pretend to be an ally to men until you get the opportunity to stab them in the back and make a name for yourself than to go to those platforms, because in those platforms, you're just going to be one of many. You're the same over there. So you don't stand out over there.
Stop the show. Now your boy Angryman going after the women. Because they can't cut it on Lipstick Alley. Because they can't write a blog. Because they can't write an article. So they gotta come over here, you know, and be a pick-me. And then once these Negroes act up, that's when the gynocrat stabs them in the back and expose them for who they really are. And once they expose one of these Negroes for being what they really are, they didn't get a name for themselves. You know, kind of like, you know, Anila says, you know, she pretended to be an ally, was on the Rumbles pretending to be an ally, and when these Negroes start doing fuckboy shit, she exposed them. And now she a gynocrat. You know, a Paris Milan pretended to be an ally. And when the brotherhood wasn't about the brotherhood, and she switched up and started exposing dudes in the manosphere, when she started exposing Boyce Watkins for his dirty business practices, now dudes got a problem. Now dudes got a problem. Because they getting exposed. Because they getting work. Because they feel they're trying to be allies to them, and they got exposed, and now they're gynocrats.
But see, I stand out in the space where the men dwell. See, that's significant. See, you don't stand out in the space where the women dwell. You don't. You don't. The only reason you stand out over here is because you engage in provocateur behavior. You know, like pretend to be cool with somebody and then shit on them. And look, to this point, at this point, like, I'm not even surprised. Like, this isn't my first rodeo. Any of you that have ever did that to me, do you really think it's a surprise at this point? Someone gets cool with the angry man, then they fall out with the angry man? Do you really think at this point that the shit is a surprise?
I mean, of course it isn't a surprise. I mean, let's go back and look at the history, Angry Man. The Black Order, you know? You and Cerulean Gray, you guys were cool. Cerulean Gray begins to, you know, build up a name for himself, you know? He even creates his whole regime, the Gray regime. He builds out his whole community. Next thing you know, you dudes is falling out with each other. No, Kendra D, the Bishop, Sheep Stay Sleep, they were up under you. They had an opportunity to get a sponsorship with the A-Game, be down with the A-Game family. They tried to bring you aboard. They tried to get your blessing with it, and all of a sudden you done fell out. You was down with BGS Itmore. You was cool with BGS Itmore. You were cool with all the Democratic talking points. All of a sudden, you know, an election gets hijacked, this, that, and the third, and the next thing you know, it's fuck BGS Itmore. I mean, if you around the angry man, we saw what happened with Kevin Samuels. No, he used to call you every day, talk about YouTube strategy. Based on those strategies, you know what your parents look like, how you communicate with people. You know, Kevin Samuels, he was more clean cut. He wore the suit. He didn't use curse words as much. He didn't scream and yell. He played the politic game. You didn't want to play the politic game. Kevin Samuels blows up. Next thing you know, according to you, Kevin Samuels ain't the godfather of nothing but Chelsea boots, purses, and lace front panties. So of course, every content creator who aspires to be big, if they're connected with you and they want headway, they're going to have to fall out with you to go to the next level. I mean, think about you and your boy the Grinch. If the Grinch actually decided to take YouTube serious, if he actually decided to, you know, put some production quality behind his channel, and if he would start to gain traction and blow up bigger than what he is now, I'm pretty sure you and the Grinch would fall out. If So Shader decided to take his artwork and drawing a bit more seriously, I bet y'all two would fall out. But since dudes, you know, is playing a part and not trying to grow, you know, they're a YouTube son and you can run that game on them, of course you're not going to fall out because they're being told what they're being told to do. But when somebody wants to expand their brand, they're going to have to fall out with the angry man.
Is that what you really think? Only difference is I'm hip to your game. That's the only difference. The only difference is I'm hip to your game. See, back in a couple years ago, if you talked about me, I would have put your picture in the thumbnail and I'd have put your name in the title, and I would have roasted the shit out of you. And what would have happened is I would have given you an entire YouTube career. I would have caused your channel to blow the fuck up because I did that. I don't do that anymore. I'll address it, but I ain't gonna say no names. Because you won't take a sound bite or a clip and say, look, he talking about me. Look, he talking about me. I ain't gonna do that.
But yet, Angry Man, there's all these sound bites of you talking about Kevin Samuels. There's all these sound bites of you talking about the Grandmaster Troll. There's all these sound bites of you talking about Gino. There's all these sound bites of you talking about what you describe as nondescript YouTubers. Somebody just has to ask why that is.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm so unbothered. You have absolutely no earthly idea. I'm so unbothered. Now, here's the other thing that I find interesting. Shout out to Luke Hazley, said the best thing to do with those opportunistic clout chasers is to ignore them. All they want is attention. Yeah. So, here's the other thing that I find to be hilarious.
Oh, but he's giving all of these YouTubers attention right now. We got Fire First. He says, that's facts. You can't be cool with Angry Man if you're taking YouTube seriously. He wants to be the only one to shine. That's something that O'Shea, Brother Pill podcast, you over there on the panel. Then all of a sudden you have all your moderators go to the panel talking about, I'm leaving this panel, I'm going to go start up a live stream to try to get viewers from the Brother Pill podcast to come watch your live stream, even though you agreed to be on the Brother Pill podcast to talk about whatever topics you're going to talk about for the duration of the show. But you want to undercut the market. And when O'Shea called you on that, that's when y'all had that big falling out. And then since you was cussing, since you was, violating copyright rules of YouTube, your channel got struck down. Instead of you holding that L, you're going to blame one man for flagging down your channel. Because you want to stop that man's growth. Because you had to start all the way over. I know it hurt, Angry Man, but that's the game of YouTube. If you lose your channel because you couldn't follow the rules, that's an L you gotta hold. When I lost monetization, that was an L I had to hold. I didn't blame nobody else. I had to hold that L. I had to do stuff to get remonetized. I had to take down videos. I had to put more friendly content up, and we got monetized again. We got Cool Jet 87. He says the old Ninja Sphere salute GMT. Shout out to Cool Jets. Make sure he's modded up. Yep, he sure is.
Arius, right? So there's this thing going around the space now where guys are like, well, Angry Man, he had beef with Kevin. And now he's running around here acting like, he's upset that Kevin passed away. I even see you niggas doing the same thing with Jap. Jap started beefing with Kevin, and
Hold on. We gotta stop the show. When did Minister Jap start having beef with Kevin Samuels? From what I've seen, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen Minister Jap beef with Kevin Samuels. See, we all seen the flagrant things that Angryman did in regards to Kevin Samuels. We all seen it. But whenever you gotta take accountability, or whenever you don't want to take accountability, you gotta pull somebody in. You gotta use somebody as a human shield to take some of the shrapnel of criticism. You gotta use Minister Jap to take some of the arrows that are coming at you. You need Minister Jap to hold some of the weight because you don't want to be accountable for what you did. So now we gotta pull Minister Jap in this situation. Why we gotta pull Minister Jap in this situation? Can somebody tell me what Minister Jap said? Okay, Will Clinton says, nah, GMT, where you been? Jap was going crazy. Hold on. Let's say Jap was going crazy. Hold on. Now we gotta pull up. What Minister Jap said. Minister Jap, Kevin Samuels. Let's see what sound bites come up. Now we gotta see what comes up. If somebody got a link to a video, put the link to the video in the chat, and I'll pull it up because I'm looking right now. Maybe somebody could tell me what video it is. Okay, so that was the replay they did. We got at Minister Jap exposed hypocrite Kevin Samuels. So maybe it's that video. We got a Minister Jap versus Kevin Samuels video right here. Let's go ahead and play one of these videos and see what was said.
Samuels on the Bernard Riley show.
Straight out his mouth. You know what I'm saying? I know it personally. When you see that nigga hugged up with that shit, that's bitch ass shit because the nigga tell me straight out his mouth. When I see this nigga, I'ma get down on this nigga, woo, woo, woo. And you tell me ride with you. I'll ride with you because dude fuck with me. Like, a lot of motherfuckers don't know. I know these people behind the scenes. Saying the fuck with me. He like, love my shit. We supposed to work.
Okay, so now I remember the beat. So Saint the Sinner pulled up on Kevin Samuels. We all know Saint the Sinner. He did an expose on Kevin Samuels, and I guess Kevin Samuels said when he saw Saint the Sinner, it was gonna be a problem or there was gonna be fight on their hands. And Saint the Sinner pulled up on Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels didn't fight. So this is Minister Jap breaking it down.
What the nigga because of dude. You know what I'm saying? And now you over here keying, being a bitch.
There you have it, guys. That was Minister Jap speaking his mind and very angry.
Okay, so I got somebody in the chat says GMT, he took down the video. So okay, so if Minister Jap was talking greasy about Kevin Samuels, and then Kevin Samuels passed away, and then next thing you know, Minister Jap is up there crying and doing all this, but if Minister Jack, because I haven't watched the video, if Minister Jack apologized for his, him talking greasy about Kevin Samuels when it was in bad taste, then I have to fall back. I gotta accept this apology, because here I have a grown man admitting to what he did wrong. So if Minister Jack apologized, GMT is going to let him slide. The angry man, he never apologized. He never said, you know what, I may have had my disagreements with Kevin Samuels. I didn't handle it in the right way. I apologize for what I did. If Angry Man did that, I wouldn't be doing this stream. I can't confirm or deny if Minister Jap did that, so I really can't come after. But if Minister Jap was talking greasy and he didn't apologize, well, then Minister Jap needs to get some of this smoke too, and I can see why the Angry Man, even though it's not what men do. If you do something wrong and somebody else is doing it, you can't grab that other person and try to throw them in front of you to take some of the arrows. You gotta hold your own weight. You gotta hold your own nuts. Y'all remember the saying in the space, you got to hold your own nuts. Well, Angry Man, you got to hold your own nuts. We'll deal with Minister Jap another day, but right now we on you, bruh.
And here's the hilarious thing about it. This is what's hilarious about it. Half of you niggas that's saying all of that, you didn't even know Kevin. So who's really clout chasing? How are you hurt by his passing and you didn't even know the man?
Well, let me go ahead and try and answer that question. Will Clinton put the link up? Let's see. Jim Helton says an apology is worth nothing now. Kevin can't hear his apologies now. That may be true, but like I said, we're human and we all make mistakes, and that's what you put in the apology. So even though Kevin Samuels isn't here to hear it, Kevin Samuels could hear it from the pearly gates of heaven. But how can people who didn't know Kevin be hurt of his passing? I mean, it depends on what you characterize as know. If they were Kevin Samuels fans, even though they didn't meet Kevin, if they were a fan of his content, I could see why they would be hurt. I could see how they would be in pain. I could see how they would have tissues. I would see why they'd be bleeding all over these live streams for their YouTube daddy Kevin being gone, because there's nobody else to, who could check the BWs in such a large audience. I can see why those dudes would be hurt. But we on the Angry Man because not only did he knew Kevin, not only were they best of friends, your boy didn't even call him throughout all the years was Kevin was having his success. He talked trash about Kevin, and he didn't pick up the phone to call Kevin until the reports came out that he was dead. That's what the Angry Man is being charged with. We're not charging people who watch YouTube. We're not charging up people in the chat. Because only thing they are is people in the chat. They're fans. So if they want to be hurt that their YouTube daddy is gone, even though they didn't know him, even though they didn't meet him, even though they didn't talk to him, they're hurt from a fan standpoint. Just like when Kobe Bryant died and all these people didn't meet Kobe, but they all saw Kobe play. They were all inspired by how Kobe performed as a basketball player. That's why they're hurt. We're not going to play dumb. We're not going to get into the semantics game. We know why the fans are hurt, because they were fans and they will be no longer able to watch any more new Kevin Samuels content. That's why they're hurt. They're not hurt on a personal level. Fans and people who didn't meet him are not saying Kevin Samuels was their best friend and called them every day. They're not saying that. They're hurt because they can no longer watch and support somebody who they've been watching and supporting for how long they've been watching and supporting them.
How? Shout out to Excel Pro Services. I knew him. Jap knew him. There's a lot of people in these spaces that knew him. Grinch knew him. Kendra knew him. BGS knew him. See, some of you are new motherfuckers. Some of you are new. So you may not understand. So let me reintroduce myself so that you can understand.
All right, go ahead and reintroduce yourself. Give us some clarity.
Kevin used to watch my show faithfully. He was in my chat room faithfully. And anybody that's been around long enough knows that.
Of course, I was there. I remember. I seen him in your chat. I see him in there super chatting.
Anybody that's been around long enough knows that. Don't try to talk shit talking about, oh, Angry Man gonna pull up an old collaboration. That's the only collaboration that me and him had. That's the only one we did together.
Well, the next question is going to be, Angry Man, why didn't you and your best friend Kevin Samuels, that you talk to every day, why didn't y'all do more collaborations together?
But to get up here and say that I don't have a right to mourn that man's death?
You see? There we go with the semantics. There we go with moving the goalposts. We're not saying you don't have a right to mourn his death. What we are saying is 2 weeks ago, you was talking shit about that man and you said he wasn't the godfather of nothing because he didn't create no content, and all the people who were given admiration and his respect due when he was live were wrong to do it, because the only thing the godfather is a godfather of was Chelsea boots, purses, and lace front panties. Kevin Samuels dies, and now you want to immortalize this man for the work that he did. But 2 weeks ago, you were discrediting all the work that he did because he was stealing your content and not giving you credit for it. Sure, you gave him credit for amassing 1 million subscribers and making money, but you discredit the actually work that he did because he didn't give you credit by citing his sources. And now you're acting like you're hurt. You're crying crocodile tears when you was cussing him out the day before he died. That's what you getting called to the carpet for. Stop trying to change the narrative. You know what you're getting called to the carpet for. Getting called to the carpet, being a hypocrite, not taking accountability and apologizing to that man and straighten out whatever beef you have with that man over the phone, considering he used to call you every day and you had his phone number in your iPhone. And since you're leading a movement about manhood, one of the first rules about manhood and brotherhood is talking to your brother to work through whatever problems that you have. You failed to do that with your best friend Kevin Samuels, and now he's dead, and you don't have the opportunity to do that no more because your ego got in the way. That's what you're getting called to the carpet for.
Negroes talking about you and Kevin had beef. Me and Kevin didn't have beef. You don't even know what beef is.
How? Now all of a sudden, you and Kevin didn't have beef? So all that Kevin Samuels hate about him wearing suits and him, being a slave to the white man, because that's what you said the suit stood for. You said the suit was oppressive. And that's why you and your culture rejected the suits. Referred to Kevin Samuels as an Uncle Tom. And now all of a sudden, y'all ain't got beef. Okay.
You Negroes don't even know what beef is. You think because two individuals exchange some words, that means...
Stop the show right there. Kevin Samuels, he didn't exchange words with your Muppet ass. It was you doing all the exchanging of the words. Kevin Samuels don't address beef. He don't do beef. So he didn't have beef with you. You had beef with him. But I'm going to let you explain what beef really is.
Means that they beefing? Didn't you hear Biggie's song, What's Beef? Matter of fact, hold on one second.
Yeah, that's right. Go up there and get your girlfriend, nigga. Go up there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Go up there and get your wife, Negro. Oh, I'm so sorry because why? What am I thinking? They still have, after all these years of Angry Man calling that woman his wife. There still hasn't been a wedding cake, a wedding dress, a wedding ring, a marriage ceremony. So go up there and go get your concubine, because it's a disappointment that you still ain't made that woman an honest woman. But I don't want to talk about your girl. Because it's not about your girl. Your girl didn't call Kevin Samuels the godfather of Chelsea boots, purses, and lace front panties. You did that, Angry Man. So I can't put that on your concubine. But go ahead, run up there Run up there and go run up there and get your girl.
It's not like upstairs where the mic shut.
Okay, here we go.
So, and they can hear you. They can hear what you're saying. So, it's not like upstairs where the mic shuts everything out. So now you got Negroes running around YouTube talking about some, oh, Angry Man had beef with Kevin. Now he pretending like he's sad that Kevin passed away. And they even doing the same shit with Jap, right? Mr. Jap, he started beefing with Kevin, and now he running around pretending like he's sad because... Let me ask you a question, because you've been around to experience it. Back in 2017, before any of these niggas knew who Kevin was, before he blew up, how often did I speak to Kevin?
Every damn day where I had to ask you if he had a girl. Like, why is he calling me every day? But I get it.
Every day, right?
He was trying to learn YouTube. Like, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, so, and when...
We gotta stop the show. We gotta stop the show. You see, even Angry Man's girlfriend of 12 years thought Kevin Samuels was a little suspect. Because Kevin Samuels would call Angry Man so many times, she thought, damn, who the real girlfriend of Angry Man? Is it me or is it Kevin Samuels? So do they got a little thing going on? I mean, that's how much they would be calling each other on the phone. The phone would ring. Who's that? It's Kevin. Kevin's calling me again. I'm gonna go talk to Kevin. But this is how bad. This is how bad it was. It was in these YouTube streets. Even Angry Man's girl had to pause for the call. She had to pause because she was a little bit concerned. Why is this man calling my boyfriend so many times? Is there something wrong with him? Let's go ahead and run that back one more time.
Was before he blew up. How often did I speak to Kevin?
Every damn day where I had to ask you if he had a girl. Like, why is he calling me every day? But I get it.
Every day, right?
He was trying to learn YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, so, and when you saw me and him on the phone, was it like it was strictly business, or did it appear to you that me and him was cool, we was friends?
No, y'all was cool. Y'all cracked jokes and stuff like that. It was cool. If y'all wasn't cool, you wouldn't call every day. It would be awkward. It would be...
Now, the same way, I can name other people where it's similar. You've heard me on the phone with Jap, right?
Yeah.
You've heard me on the phone with Grinch, right?
Yeah.
You've even heard me talk about certain people on a consistent basis. You heard me talk about Obsidian on a consistent basis, the back and forths with me and him. You've heard me talk about numerous people. Now, what's amazing to me is the Negroes here that, let's be honest, the only reason you like Kevin or you're mourning Kevin is because he blew up and became a superstar. The truth of the matter is, I would feel the same way right now about Kevin passing if he would have never blew up.
Oh, we gotta stop the show. We gotta stop the show. Cause that's another lie, Angry Man, because before Kevin blew up, like your girlfriend, like you so eloquently explained, you guys would talk every day. The minute Kevin Samuels blew up, those phone conversations that you had where you guys laughed and joked and were real friendly with each other over the phone, those phone calls stop. So one has to believe if Kevin would have never blown up, those friendly phone calls would have kept going because they didn't stop until he blew up. But go ahead and explain, and I'm going to drop the link, and we're going to see if anybody wants to come up and explain what the hell is going on.
And a lot of you Negroes is talking shit about me or talking shit about Jap, right? You didn't even know him. That's what's so funny about him. You didn't even know him. And you're running around here, really, to be truthfully honest, you're the clout chasing us.
And then now we're clout chasing. We're just reporting on it. We're just recording what you said about Kevin Samuels. You said he was the godfather. Chelsea boots, purses, and pink panties. And you wanted to give all of his supporters who referred to him as the godfather pretty pink pom-poms that they could wave around. He passes away. Now all of a sudden, the godfather, who was the godfather of everything homophobic, homosexual, effeminate, all of a sudden, because that person's died, now you want to raise a statue and immortalize this man's legacy for the world, and you want to mourn and grieve and celebrate the life of Kevin Samuels. But the day before he died, you were doing anything but celebrating the life that was being lived by Kevin Samuels. So I'm done with this video because I don't want to hear no more of this nonsense right here. I don't want to hear no more of this nonsense. I want to hear from the people. I know it's late. And I wanted to do a morning stream because we gotta call out tomorrow morning. We gotta call out a couple of crypto experts in the manosphere. We gotta call out Solo TV 84. We gotta call out Oheen. We gotta call out Black Ram 313 because they gave Negroes so much advice about crypto. And I gotta do my research. But I believe one of the cryptos that they advise people to get in, even though they always give the disclaimer, you know, they're not a financial advisor, but they do advise the brothers to be making money. They say they're making money through these investments, and once one of those investments loses 99% of its value, we gotta call Negroes out. When crypto falls 50+%, we gotta call these brothers out. We gotta ask, what's the investment strategy? We gotta ask, what the hell is going on? But that's gonna be tomorrow's stream, because I am disgusted. It's not what's going on in the crypto world, but what's going on in the stock market world, because a lot of people gave all this advice that this was a great investment, and now these investments is down 50+%, and we can't find these Negroes and ask them what the hell's going on. So let me go ahead and drop the link to see if anybody wants to come up real quick. I think I got it copied right here. Okay, it is dropped. I am on StreamYard. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and pin that up. Let's pin that to the top. Looks like Larry Hummingbird got put in timeout. What did Larry Hummingbird say? Okay, he said something bad about Kevin Samuels. Should have known. He should have known. He should have known they would have got him. But oh yeah, I'm so disappointed. Let me go check my portfolio real quick. The disappointment that I'm in looking at this portfolio. Let's see. Let me delete. What do I want to delete? StreamYard, Coin Market Cap. Did we get a small little bounce back? I know we got something. We had to get something. God damn. God damn, that's crazy. That is crazy right there. That portfolio. I haven't even been watching my portfolio over the last pretty much the whole year of 2022. I haven't been following my portfolio because the prices go down and down and down. I'm down 49.2%. I'm down 5.8 racks from breaking even. God damn. God damn, that is ugly right there. That is ugly right there. That's ugly right there. Look at that, down 69%. God damn, the only thing I ain't down on is Shiba Inu. Up 42%, but everything else, damn, down 88% on Tailcoin. I mean, god damn. It is a bloodbath. If we look at the chart, look at the 90-day chart. I mean, there was days where we were at 10,000. If I look at all of it right here, there were days way back in November, we were at $11,000, and I probably put in close to 3 racks since then. And now we all the way to 4.7. I mean, god damn. God damn. But we got somebody on StreamYard. You know, the market should bounce back. Well, all I can say is god damn. So who do we have in the building? We got what's up. So I don't want to butcher your name. Is that Eso Hopeful?
Excellent. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
You can read.
Okay. So what do you have on the topic for us tonight? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Hey, I already know. Angryman, he get the cooking. He slow cook. He be talking jazz slow with it. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff he say is valid. When you say, you know, we don't have beef, he's saying as far as for what beef is. Like beef is, you know, a street term. That's one of the terminologies that's not normally used for content creators. You know what I'm saying? Like real live, if you talking about beef, then you don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about, you know, them content creators having beef. So, hey, that's it.
All right. Well, we all know what beef in the streets is. No, there's gunplay involved. There's, you know, fist play involved. But we all know we talking about YouTube beef. But let's go to Truth Exposed. Truth Exposed. Tell us what's on your mind.
I'm not coming over here. Be one of these clout chasers. What Angryman described. I never did like Kevin Samuels. Okay, I never did like the Angryman. Period. There's news of time when Angryman have jumped on my brother, infamous D Gutter, and lied on him. So that man's a fucking hypocrite, and he's playing two sides of the fence. Fuck him.
All right. So Truth Exposed says F him. He plays both sides of the fence. He lies. He's dishonest. He can't be trusted. What can the Angryman do Is there anything the angry man can do to improve his position in the Black Manosphere? I'll leave that question for anybody to answer. Okay, he dropped off. Is Truth Exposed still there?
Yeah. This is what Angryman need to do. He need to quit the fucking bullshit. His lying, hypocrite ass. That's what he need to do. And start cleaning up his damn fucking channel. I mean, this dude lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. I remember that dude way back in 2016 when he drew that old fucked up Honda line. All that shit. And that $1 million idea they have. That was bullshit. We all know that Angry Man was jealous of Kevin Samuel because Kevin Samuel blew up. That's it. I'm done with this. I'm done with the lying. I'm done with all that bullshit. It's bullshit. I see it through his eyes. You know, this is crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what everybody's been saying throughout the years. You know, they would go to his chat room. You know, they would say Kevin Samuels is this successful, blah, 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 blah. Angry Man would get upset that people were, you know, cheering and giving props to Kevin Samuels and not giving props to the Angry Man. Well, you got anything else for us, Truth? I think I've been live long enough, thinking about shutting this one down.
Yeah, yo, keep up with the good work, bro. You know, it wasn't for you, Grandmaster Troll. Angry Man would have gotten away with a lot of shit. A lot of shit you got away with. So later, bro.
Alright, that was Truth Exposed. Truth Exposed. We got King Blade in the building. King Blade, tell us what's on your mind. I'm doing good.
All right. Hey, man, yeah, that's just crazy. Angry Man's on some phony fuck shit, per usual. What else is new? A lot of people been ranking in a lot of the big bucks just off of Kevin Samuels' name alone. Did you see Donovan Sharp's live stream about Kevin Samuels?
No, I haven't watched it. The only thing I seen of Donovan Sharp was when he was singing Kevin Samuels' theme song.
Oh, nah, man. He got a whole theme song. Oh, my God. Yeah, man, that whole live stream Donovan Sharp did on Kevin Samuels talking about my best friend and all this old extra bullshit, which is a lie. But he was raking in the cash. That boy, he was fake crying and sobbing. And Kevin Samuels acting all choked up and shit. The only reason why he ended that particular live stream is because the super chat slowed down.
Oh, he ended it because the super chat slowed down. Damn. But I gotta ask you, how many best friends does Kevin Samuels have?
Oh man, nigga, that nigga, Kevin Samuels have at least 100 new best friends just overnight. Oh my God!
Man. Everybody, Kevin Samuels is everybody's best friend.
Hell yeah! They be putting extras on it too. My best friend, my mentor, the Godfather, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. I'm like, come on, man. You act like Kevin Samuels was damn near Uncle Phil or some shit.
Yeah. It seems like Kevin Samuels blessed a lot of people with his friendship.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong at the same time, you know, I didn't have nothing against Kevin Samuels or nothing like that. I'm just kind of disgusted at the fake love that's just been given all around the board on YouTube. It's disturbing.
Yeah, so some of it is a bit much, and some of it is well deserved. I will say that.
Yeah.
But you got any final thoughts before I shut this one down?
Oh yeah. Right now is a good time to buy on crypto, even though everything's tanked. I
Are,
think it's a
are,
perfectly good time to go ahead and put some money back into that shit.
are you sure it's a good time? Because if people put their money back in and they drop another 20%,
Hey man, it could drop another 20 or it can go up another 80. I mean, like if it crash hard, it's going to jump back harder eventually.
yeah.
But yeah, that's my closing thoughts. I'll catch you next time.
All right, peace.
All right.
Well, I'm getting ready to shut this stream down. I want to thank all the people who donated and supported, came up on the panel, participated in chat. You made this show what it was, and of course, we couldn't have a show without the lies of the angry man. We couldn't have a show without the lies and the hypocrisy that is the angry man. We wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for O'Shea Duke Jackson going live with a title entitled "Don't Email Me About a Kevin Samuels Movie." O'Shea, if you had all these Negroes hit you in your emails about a Kevin Samuels movie, and if you're watching this part of this live stream, please put us in an email thread so we can contact each other, so we can make a Kevin Samuels movie and do something to honor that man's legacy. With that said, y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. Peace.